You guys want to know what tools to buy? You want to be a mechanic? Do you? Watch the video. Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in and making it work. I'm Jimmy if you haven't been here before. I appreciate you guys tuning in. This video is going to be about the tools you might need to start your career as a mechanic. There's 5 or 6, it may even go into 7. Just some basic tools that I would recommend you get before you consider trying to apply for a job somewhere as a mechanic. Appreciate you watching this video. Let's get into this. Let me bring you guys a little closer to my tool cart here and I'll show you some of what I'm talking about. One of the first tools that you're going to need, can you see those a little better? One of the first tools a starting mechanic might need is a good set of 1/2-inch impact sockets. If you can only get one set, I'd probably recommend a mid-length set. This set is from 27, it only goes down to 17. Where this set, if you buy it from Snap-on, which probably not a good idea to get your first set of impact sockets from Snap-on, but there are a lot of competitive companies that might make less expensive versions. This set goes from 23mm all the way down to 10mm. This is really a top-of-the-line set, Snap-on being one of the better brands you can possibly buy, but it's also very expensive. I think that set from the 10 up to the 23, I think this set might go to 21. Let's see here. Yeah, 21. This set from the 10 to the 21 is about $500, $525 if I remember correctly. I'll verify that price and I'll put it in the video for you guys in the description below. This is probably one of the first things you'll need is a good set of 1/2-inch impacts. If you can only afford to get one set of 1/2-inch sockets, I would recommend impacts. You can use impact sockets with a wrench or a ratchet, and you can use them with an impact gun. That being the difference. The chrome ones you can only use by hand. You shouldn't use them with an impact gun because it causes wear on your impact gun. And the sockets actually wear out faster as well. It's just not a compatible thing. There's a lot of things with harmonics, the hardness of the metal. It's all metallurgy, science stuff. So if you're going to only get one set to start out, I would recommend impact. Same thing with 3/8. This 3/8 set is a little bit smaller. It'll start down at 8mm. And this is a max set, and this goes up to 21mm. So quite a big difference between the smallest socket and the largest, the 8mm to 21. I want to say this set's a few $100, maybe $275 to $375. Again, totally guessing on that price, but I'm going to put it in the description. I'll give you an accurate price. Either that or I'll put it down in the video. It'll go down here somewhere in the video. I'll put the price of that max socket set. Probably for your first set, Snap-on, Mac, Matco are some of the best you can buy, the name brand tool truck stuff. They're going to give you great service. But you could go with Gear Wrench, Tecton, Sunex. Some of these other companies make great stuff. Carlisle, they're probably about half of what the Snap-on or Mac set or Matco even might cost, but they're going to be almost as good. You're only going to give up, you might give up 10% of the quality and get it for half or a third of the price. That's something to consider. But again, on the 3/8 set, I would definitely go with impact. If you can't afford chrome and impact, then just stick with the impact because it works for both. One of the third things I would buy is an impact gun. Obviously you're going to need an impact gun to take off wheels and do any kind of work. This is air. You can get electric 1/2-inch. You can get an air 1/2-inch. I'm using an Ingersoll Rand titanium here at $22.35. I bought it on sale for about $265. If you buy a truck brand impact gun, it's not going to be any better than this Ingersoll Rand, I can tell you that, but it'll probably cost me. Most of the tool truck brands are in the $500 to $700 range for an impact gun, so that's something to consider. 3/8 impact is another tool. That's going to be basically the fourth tool because you got 1/2-inch impact, 3/8 impact in the sockets, then you need a 1/2-inch gun, and you need a 3/8 gun. You could go with a 3/8 ratchet. Instead, I have a 3/8 Snap-on air ratchet. I'd probably go electric nowadays. It costs about the same, and I'd probably steer you away from a Snap-on brand as an entry-level mechanic. I mean, they're great. If you can afford it and your budget allows, then if you get Snap-on stuff, then you know you're going to be covered when the tool truck guy comes in. He's going to take care of you. I mean, for people without a tight budget, the Snap-on stuff's the way to go. That way you don't have any doubts about what you're spending your hard-earned money on. But if you're on a budget, no harm in going with some of these the brands like Gear Wrench. Milwaukee makes great impact guns. They don't make air, but they make great electric impacts. If you wanted to save some money, get a Milwaukee. That's great stuff. I think that's 1/2-inch impact, 3/8 impact, a 1/2-inch impact gun of some kind, and a 3/8 impact gun or a 3/8 ratchet will take its place. So that's the first 4 tools it'd be a good idea as an entry-level mechanic. The last, well, let's say the fifth thing, I wouldn't say the last. The fifth thing I would recommend is a good set of gear wrenches with a flexible head. Only because if you can't afford a whole bunch of different wrenches, like I have a crazy amount of wrenches. Some of the guys on YouTube, you'll see they have, 15 or 18 different varieties of wrenches. But in reality, most of the time, all you're going to need is something like this. This is a Mountain, which is the same as gear wrench. 13, 15 on this one, but it'll come in a set. That's what the set looks like. You can get a set of these. They're probably about 160 bucks. And this is going to cover you for most things. Now these are long reach. They don't have to necessarily be this long. They make a medium length and they make a short length. I'll show you what the medium length ones look like. If you go with a medium length, I have Gear Wrench brand, and this is a 15. The 15 long reach is quite a bit longer. I mean, it's crazy how much longer it is. Now this short wrench, obviously, you're going to need for tighter spots, but you're not going to have nearly the leverage, so you'll end up putting a pipe or another wrench on it. Where with this one you get plenty of leverage, and even in tight spots it'll fit because it's got a flexible head. So if you don't have that much room, I can use it like this. There's been plenty of times I take my long wrench out and I find a way to break the bolt loose with the long leverage, and then I choke my hand up and angle it if I'm in a tight spot. I mean, you can even go to a 90 and you can ratchet your nut out that way. So there's lots of options. I think with the long wrench, you're going to be covered 90% of the time. It's going to work for you, depending on the task you're doing, obviously. If I can only get one set of wrenches, I would probably go with these long reach gear wrench with the flexible head. Lots of variables there. You can do lots of different tasks with that. If you're going to get a shorter set, then this gear wrench set is probably a great way to go. They have them in non-flexible head. This has a solid head on it. It's open end and an adjustable, a reversible gear wrench on the other side. So, and it's got a slight angle to it, so you can use it facing this way or facing this way, and you can reverse it. So they're pretty handy. This set is good, but like I said, you're not going to have the leverage. And with the flexible head, you can get even into smaller areas with these. This has got that little flexible head. Even on a short wrench, you're still going to get into really small areas with that. It goes a little past 90 degrees too, so it's going to cover you on a lot of things, but you're not going to get the leverage you would with that long set. So keep that in mind. One of the other tools you're going to need, extensions. If you're going to get one set of tools, where extensions are concerned, there's impact and there's chrome and extensions too. And then there's wobbles and all, but I wouldn't go with wobble extensions for your entry-level position. I'd go with your regular standard. These are gear wrench extensions and they work great. I haven't had any problems with them. They last quite a bit. You don't see a lot of wear on them, and I've used this. This tool's seen some use. It's not new by any means, but it's holding up pretty well. So I'd probably go with a gear wrench extension, impact extension. Again, if your budget doesn't allow, then the impact's always the way to go. If you can only get one or the other, then I would go with impact. This is a gear wrench 3. This is a Craftsman 3-inch. Chrome and impact. Again, like I said, if I can only afford one of these, I'm getting the impact, because you can use the impact for any task. You can use it with a hand ratchet, you can use it with an impact gun. I would avoid using the chrome with an impact. I mean, some people have said the chrome doesn't wear your anvil and they had the socket wear out first. But I've always heard that it can wear out your air tools and your impact guns before it'll wear out the socket, and that's the reason that they tell you that. Hand ratchets. You're gonna need a ratchet or two. I have this Icon ratchet, which has been good so far. I've been using it as much as I can. I've probably used it a couple dozen times so far. It's holding up well. And I obviously have snap-on ratchets. They're my go-tos. Kind of pricey. I believe this snap-on long reach ratchet is $185, and I think the short one was $145. Again, I'll put the prices in the description down below, or I'll put it down on the screen down here somewhere to let you know exactly what these cost. I'm going by memory right now, but none of my videos are rehearsed and scripted. I tend to just shoot from the hip, tell you what I'm thinking. So sometimes I'm not thinking correctly. I have to correct it in editing. That's one of the other tools you're going to need, is a 3/8 wrench of some kind, a 3/8 ratchet of some kind, and a 1/4-inch ratchet of some kind. This is a snap-on 1/4-inch drive ratchet. Really good tool. Snap-on is, like I keep saying, snap-on is what I have, but I've been doing this for 40 years. You guys are starting out. You don't have to default to snap-on unless it's in your budget. If it's in your budget, I'd highly recommend going that way, so you buy it once and you cry it once. But if you have a budget, nothing wrong with saving some money and going with something a little less expensive. Gear wrench, Tecton, Sunex, etc., etc. This ratchet, I can't even find the name on it, but it looks like a snap-on ratchet the way it's assembled. But something tells me because of this trigger that it's not. Oh, here it is right here. Can you see the brand? Titan. That's a Titan ratchet. It's 1/4 inch on one side, 3/8 on the other. Which you're not breaking much loose with this little tiny guy. It's just great in a tight spot. This wouldn't be a first ratchet you would get. But I just wanted to show you that they make it with 1/4 inch on one side and 3/8 on the other. If you can get one in a standard length, similar to this ratchet, then that would be a good idea. That'd be a good way to go. If you found something double-ended and 3/8, that would make it so you only had to buy one ratchet. The 1/4 inch side is going to not take anywhere near as much abuse as a 3/8 side would, so that might be a way to go, depending on your budget. Extensions. Again, I use gear wrench, 6-inch impact. I also have a snap-on 6-inch chrome. And again, if I can only get one, I'm going with the impact. Something definitely to consider. I see you guys up this way. See, one of the problems in these, a lot of these master tool sets, if you wanted to buy tools to start in this field as a mechanic, a lot of these master tool sets, like this is the Napa flyer we get at the shop, since we're a Napa shop. But you'll notice that all of these tools, they're all chrome. So they want to steer you towards the chrome stuff, and then you'll have to buy impact sockets on top of it afterwards. That's why you avoid these master tool sets. I mean, they're pretty good deals on individual purchases. You definitely want to, I mean, the only thing you want chrome in there is all the wrenches. These Carlisle wrenches are a pretty good deal. They're nice wrenches. They're similar to the gear wrench. I believe they're even made by the same company. Icon, Carlisle, and Gear Wrench. The same vendor supply for them. It's 120 bucks for a 12-point SCE set, and 170 for the metric set. See, they charge more than Gear Wrench. The 5-piece metric long ratcheting wrenches, $245. I paid less than that for the gear wrench set. I'll have to put that down in the description below too, so you can see the difference. Basically, everyone, they're going to steer you towards chrome stuff if you're going to buy sets like that. So that's why I would stay away from that and buy the individual stuff. I'll walk past this flyer on the way out, so I wanted to point out the fact that they were steering everyone towards chrome. There's other interesting things in here. Maybe there's something else I can go over with you guys. These Carlisle pliers, 125 bucks. That's not too bad. There's less expensive options, but you know, any Napa store would be able to warranty that for you if something happens to it. I believe the Carlisle stuff's lifetime warranty. My Icon ratchet, a version of my Icon ratchet, are 27 bucks. I paid $42 at Harbor Freight. So it pays to shop around. It looks like almost the same exact ratchet, although it's probably a little shorter. Oh, the retail price is $75, so it's on sale for $27.99. There's some decent deals in some of these. I bought my Homac cart through my Napa store, so I'll have to do a video on this. I'll go through the Napa flyer in another video. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments. I'll make a video about the Napa flyer. Did you get a kick out of that? If it's in your budget starting out, this gear wrench bit set has been a lifesaver on many occasions. All kinds of cool bits in there, and they'll go on a wrench or a socket. Let me put my hand up there so it'll focus. See that bit? It goes on a wrench or a socket, and that ball keeps it from falling out. And all of these bits are in different sizes. I think this set was about 60 bucks. And it's going to cover you for all kinds of hexes, splines. It's even got Phillips and flat blade screwdrivers and all kinds of different sizes. So this is something, if you can squeeze it out of your budget, it's probably the next thing I'd get after the ratchets, extensions, and impact sockets. I watched a video just last night. Sorry about that. I just watched a video last night of someone who bought tools on their school account, because Snap-on gives you 55% off, and they bought an awful lot of chrome sockets. I mean, rows and rows and rows of chrome sockets, and 8 or 9 ratchets that were almost all identical, and no impact stuff. So that's what inspired this video. I wanted to say, if you can only buy one, impact or chrome, then you definitely need to default to impact, because impact's going to do both for you. The chrome you really shouldn't be using on impact stuff, because it can tear it up or tear up your tool. So to me, it'd be ridiculous. Ridiculous. My wife made me that shirt. To buy all chrome stuff when you should be a lot better off with impact in the long run. It's going to last a lot longer for you. You know, you're going to have what is this? You're going to need 1/2-inch impact, 3/8 impact, a 1/2-inch impact gun of some kind, electric or air, whatever suits your fancy. It doesn't really, there's air in every shop I've ever been in, and air is usually cheaper and more reliable. You don't have batteries dying on you and things like that. With an electric, you need a backup battery. If you're in the middle of a job, your battery dies, you better have another battery charged, because you're not going to wait an hour and a half for your battery to charge to finish the job. So that's the one reason I like air still. Kind of old-fashioned, so maybe I'm not the guy to ask about that, but if I could only have one, I would probably default to air. But I am getting into a little bit more electric tools, and I'm getting used to them a little bit more. So if you like electric, you're a younger guy starting out in this career in your 30s or younger. I got kids that are almost 30, so electric might be the way for you, and that's fine. A 1/2 inch and a 3/8 electric tool. An impact probably in 1/2 inch. For a 3/8 you can use a ratchet or a 3/8 impact. Another tool you might consider is a nut driver of some kind. This is a snap-on, again, really expensive, $300 or $400 probably. I'll put the price down in the video somewhere over here, and in the description if I'm way off on the price, but I want to say this was about $375, $400 with a battery and a charger. I think it came with 2 batteries and a charger. 14.4. This is a great tool. I use it every day, dozens of times a day. All little screws, anything about, you know, I have up to 15mm sockets I'll use on it, but first I break them loose with a ratchet or wrench, and then buzz them out with this, so I'm not using my pickle juicers all the way out. It saves a lot of wear and tear. I'm dealing with some arthritis now from all the years where I did everything by hand with a ratchet over and over and over and over and over, and then I sat there with my wrench over and over and over. You know, if I knew what I know now back then, I'd have had something like this, and I'd have been breaking it loose, and then power tool. I'm telling you guys, you younger guys, the power tools are going to save your pickle juicers, and you're going to be a lot better off when your wife's not helping you out. You'll be able to take care of yourself if you keep your hands in good shape. Oh, that's not right. I'll have to edit that out. But so the long gear wrench, the 1/2 inch and 3/8 impact sockets, the 1/2 inch and 3/8 guns of some kind, a ratchet, probably 2, 3/8 and 1/4 inch, and then some extensions. You can get an inexpensive extension set. I buy the cheaper brands of extensions, wear them out, and then as they wear out, you can upgrade to a Snap-on or Mac or a Matco, something that's a little more durable. The gear wrench ones have served me well, and they're way less expensive. So that's something to consider if you're just starting out too. So that's it, guys. That's basically where we're going. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. We're going to wrap it up there. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you got something out of it, and I hope that you agree with my advice. You can go down in the comments below. Tell me what you think. Maybe I missed something. Maybe there's something you'd recommend. I'm trying to make the bare minimum the things someone might need to start out in this industry as a mechanic. Obviously, there's a lot more tools to come. Maybe I'll do a part 2 of the second level of tools I'd recommend once you have these initial tools out of the way, and you're actually in the business starting out. You want to minimize your borrowing. We'll do a video for the second level of tools you can pick up. Thanks for watching Making It Work. Thanks for being here, watching my videos. I appreciate the support. The channel's doing really good. You guys are awesome. See you in the next video. You gotta make good decisions when you're starting out. Did you like and subscribe yet? What are you doing? I can't believe you guys didn't like and subscribe yet. What are you doing? Come on, think. Click like, hit the subscribe. Boop, 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 boop. It's not hard. It doesn't cost anything. It's free to subscribe. It's free to click like. It's free. Thumbs down, thumbs up, whatever you want to do. It's free. They don't charge you for that. Not yet, anyway.